Hi, my name is Andrei Stoian from Zama. First time I heard about FHE, I think it was on Slashdot. I don't remember the name FHE, but I remember what the idea was, and it felt kind of magical. I wasn't actually, sure that it would work. I mean, just from reading the short summary, it felt like kind of far off into the future. So yeah, the second time I heard about FHE is when I heard about Zama. And that then there was more information on the Zama's website, and that's when I understood a bit better what FHE does. Well, my favorite FHE scheme is TFHE. I think it's my favorite FHE scheme because it's so versatile. You can do machine learning, you can also do blockchain, you can configure it to be an exact scheme, or it can be approximate. You can just do a bunch of things that might need other privacy. If you were to do them with other privacy enhancing technologies, it could be much harder in terms of engineering. And also this PBS mechanism, the programmable bootstrapping, is quite fascinating. So I would say these are the main reasons. I wanted to work in FHE because essentially because you hear so many things about data leaks, and I was subject to a few of them. When you get a message from your hospital saying all your data was stolen by hackers, it's kind of big factor to get one interested in privacy. So yeah, I would say privacy online, which was always some factor that was on my mind when opening accounts on various websites, social services, social networks, and banks, and so on. So yeah, I'm always a bit maybe afraid that when I take a picture of my ID and put it in an app, in a banking app, it's gonna get stolen. So yeah, that's why I wanted to work in FHE. Yeah, the biggest challenge was understanding the right, so having the right level of understanding. I'm not a cryptographer, so I don't expect that I can understand everything about an FHE scheme, but understanding some of the advantages and some of the let's say problems each scheme might have, how schemes could compare, and how FHE compares to other privacy enhancing technologies. So in that sense, I got familiar with some parts of TFHE, and many times I find myself asking, should I delve more into this part or another? Is that worth my time, or do I have the right level of understanding to do my job in machine learning? It's a recurring challenge. So I see the FHE industry expanding to different use cases. There are many use cases for which people are trying other privacy enhancing technologies. But I think FHE is universal and has a much friendlier programming model and environment. So I see FHE solving other use cases that need privacy, that for example, for which people are applying just anonymization or differential privacy. And I think FHE will be a part of those use cases as well. And I will also see the industry expanding into hardware a lot more. Hardware is one of the big factors that will make FHE successful. And optimizing FHE for existing and for new hardware is definitely somewhere where I think the industry must make big efforts in order to make FHE widespread. I think what should be improved in FHE is the way it's used by programmers. I think there are many types of programs that map quite easily to FHE, but there are others which are less easily converted. And I think for this we must build libraries with functions that are common to many algorithms. So the simple one is sorting. It would be this would allow developers to convert their algorithms, and when they encounter let's say limitations of FHE, for example, when they try to implement loops or conditional execution, they could much more easily remove those parts of the code, because they usually, with those loops and conditions, they usually execute they implement some standard functions, and these are done in FHE quite differently. So having a standard library of such functions would help them more easily convert their code to FHE. Okay, that's a hard question for me because I'm not a cryptographer. I think, well, based on my own experience, that they should look at applications of FHE. There are obviously theoretical parts that need to be explored. But if people want to build a career in FHE without gaining 10 years of experience in cryptography, I think they should look at applications, and they should get an understanding of the security model of FHE, what FHE can protect, what use cases it can enable, and how they can implement FHE in conjunction with other privacy-enhancing technologies, but also how they can implement it securely in their applications.